We have been talking about this, and we're very excited and proud to say that a three-part event begins today. It is actually available on Tubi. It is called TMZ Presents UFO Revolution. And this is, as I said, three-part event that we've been working on for months.
Months and months.
And the stories that are told here, the videos that you're going to see really get to the heart of what a lot of people have been demanding of the government and why they've been demanding it, which is, what is the cover-up about? What is it that the government doesn't want you to know about some videos, some objects that are unidentified? Regardless of what you think about where these objects came from, they are bizarre in these videos.
Well, the government is
hard to explain away.
The government has said itself now that there are things they just can't explain. This is not a tinfoil documentary. These are serious people, serious, smart people who have been pushing and pushing for years
and
for some transparency, and at a
price.
Heavy cost. The government has gone after some of these people, and we are blowing the barn doors open and showing you where this is right now, because the genie ain't going back in the bottle here, and we are chronicling all of this. And one of the centerpiece of this documentary is somebody we've had on TMZ Live before, we've done documentaries on before, and that is Jeremy Corbell. And he has been the leading force, the driving force, along with George Knapp, the leading driving force to get the government to open up about what is really going on.
Which is why we are proud and so grateful that he is on board to help with this, to lead this investigation for us. And he is joining us right now to talk about UFO Revolution. Jeremy, welcome back to TMZ Live.
Thanks for having me, you guys, and thanks for covering this.
So, you know, in your words, because, you know, we're calling this the UFO Revolution, why is it a revolution?
Right, yeah. I mean, this is a completely different place where we're sitting now than we were back in 2017 when we saw the New York Times article come out. People are now aware that the UFO presence is a reality, whatever that presence represents to humanity. Now we're able to ask questions. That's the revolution. Smart people can talk about UFOs. There was such a stigma before, and that stigma was crushing the scientific investigation, and it was posing a military issue, a military threat. It is acknowledged that there are unknown objects of unknown origin flying with impunity within our restricted airspace that can outpace, outmaneuver, and outperform anything we have, and we've been closing our eyes to it and keeping it secret, and that secrecy, it has eroded public trust. So that brings us to where we are today, which is yet again another step forward into the analysis of what UAP are and what they represent to really humankind.
So, Jeremy, in this special, I know there is a video that we'd love to get your description of, a video that you have revealed in this special from a military base in Iraq. And this object, tell us what we're seeing here and what you've learned about this video.
Yeah, well, I wish I knew what we were seeing here in this video. That's part of the point, is that when I obtain information, when stuff is leaked to me and George Knapp, we vet it to the highest degree, and that's finding multiple sources. I usually have to get a piece of video a few times in order to deem it worthy of further investigation. I don't know what we're looking at, but it was labeled UAP by our intelligence agencies, and as we all know, UAP just means UFO, same basic thing. So what this is the big question, but I will tell you this for sure. What you are seeing for the first time in history is an incursion by a UAP from a military base or at a military base that is filmed on US military hardware. So this is the first time we see a UFO incursion in a military base. We've heard about this for decades, shutting down nuclear weapons, that sort of thing. But finally, we were able to get this video to the point where we felt comfortable putting it out and asking people for more information. Longer versions of this footage does exist within our intelligence agencies, and I do hope that they fess up and start explaining to the American public what it is we're actually seeing in this footage.
You know, I got to tell you, Jeremy, as I'm watching this, and you and I have worked together now for a long time, I've seen so many other videos where the objects at least look aerodynamic. This does not to me. I mean, that's one of the things that really strikes me here. That just does not look like something aerodynamic as we know it.
It's a real head scratcher, and that's why maybe like a year ago I kind of said something publicly is what if UFOs don't look, the morphology doesn't look what you expect, you know, a saucer, a cube, a sphere. But you have to understand this, we're calling it the jellyfish UFO because that's how it was conveyed to me. And if you think about it, that shape has been part of UFO or UAP morphology since the beginning. You get reports of that back in the early 1900s. So although it looks strange to us, doesn't make it any less that it is there, that it is an incursion in a base, and that it was dubbed UAP, deemed UAP, and a potential threat going through a sensitive military installation.
You know, a lot of people think these are nuts who are talking about, you know, the possibility of, you know, something from another place coming down here or coming to Earth. But it's not that. And, you know, you're an example that it's not that. George Knapp is an example it's not that. But you have Navy pilots. You've got people in the Department of Defense like Christopher Mellon, you know, who have been attacked for simply asking the right questions about this. And it feels like the level of, you know, professionals that have now spoken out about this and are coming forward and not afraid to bear the consequences from the government, I feel like they're changing the game.
Yeah, you're definitely seeing more courage from people because there are people like David Grush, whistleblowers that have come forward, and we're looking at how they're treated, and other people are taking cues from that. But I will say, credible people have come forward throughout history. What we're really seeing is a cultural shift where UFOs, the topic, the conversation itself within pop culture, the stigma is reducing. And that is allowing people to, serious people, to spend time telling what they know or investigating. So you've always had credible people involved, but it's just the courage is there now. And how we treat the whistleblowers of today, that is going to influence what we learn in the months and years to come.
That's fair. You just schooled me, but that is totally fair. I have to tell you, we are so proud of this, and we thank you so sincerely for all the help
done it without you.
and for all of the guidance and just the knowledge base you have in this. This is really an event. Like Charles said, it is an event. It's a three-parter.
3-day event. The first part is available right now on Tubi. You can watch it for free. UFO Revolution and 2 and 3 in the days to follow. So, Jeremy, thank you so much for being with us and for making this happen.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing the rest of the series. I know it got really personal for me, and I know there's a lot more we're going to be releasing in it. So thank you guys, and yeah, hope everybody watches.